Hi, I'm here to tell you about the way I set up the Nova system, which is a great piece of work. I always have the boost on, gives me 3 decibel higher output. So when I use the drive pedal and sometimes want it to be not as dominant, I can just switch off a little bit without turning down the drive of the drive pedal. And I'm gonna show a little bit about the effects that I use, which is my main setup is delay, reverb and pitch change, which I use for kind of a chorus effect. And starting one by one, the delay is right here, is activated. I use the dual delay so I can give it a stereo delay, and you can see this. You can see it here that I use it at almost the same delay in milliseconds. The reason for the difference, there's just 15 milliseconds of difference. It gives you kind of a very broad stereo thing, air. It gives it some air. It's pretty basic. Then I have the same amount of feedback in the high and low cut, and the mixes, I mix it 14% here. So that's pretty basic thing. If we move on to the reverb section, I use the hall setting, and right now it's set to 1.6 seconds and a very small pre-delay, and the mix is just 9%, so kind of the same effect as the delay, just to give it some stereo air, because I always run this in a stereo setup. So yeah, and the other thing about the reverb is it's a large size, 1.6 is pretty large. The color is clear sound, not a lot of EQ changing on the reverb, and yeah, that's about it for the reverb part. Then the great thing about the Nova system, the one thing that I enjoy the most, is the pitch change opportunity. It is called many things like a detune or a pitch shifter, and here I use the shifter one right now, and I set it to minus. It's like a stereo, manual stereo chorus sound, but I like it much better than a regular chorus effect. And this is -8 and +8 on each side, on each amp, and then it's panned out, of course. Also here, you can choose a little bit of a pre-delay for the notes that it will make the chorus effect with. Here's a little bit of difference again, to give it a broader stereo kind of sound. The feedback also just a little bit different, just to give it more of a stereo thing. And the mix is set on 20% right now. And I'll show you how this sounds with the settings I use. That's turned on right now. Then I can try to turn off some of the effects, just to give you an idea of how it sounds if we go from nothing to where I am now. So if I turn off the delay, reverb, pitch, then you just get clean sound. Yeah, and then a little bit of reverb. I try not to put too much reverb on it, because then there won't be any room to put some delay on also. Yes, not too much reverb, not too long, and then a little bit of stereo delay. Yeah, and then some I add some stereo manual pitch shifting, -8 and +8 on each side. So that's how I use it, and sometimes I can mention that sometimes I use a little bit of compression, only if I use the clean channel. It's not very much, but you can just hear it now. Yeah, it just maybe you gotta have a trained ear to hear the difference, because it's just a very little. It gives it a little bit more. The tone is a little bit fuller. That's about it. So that's it. I think the Nova system is a great piece of work, especially for the wet effects, and yeah, that's how I use it.